Hello everyone. In our chain of online teaching from government colleges, Government College Jamwaramgarh and Sanganer, I am taking BA Part 1 English Literature, Poetry and Drama paper. Here we are analyzing today the song of Radha the Milkmaid by Sarojini Naidu. Let me read the poem first. I carried my curds to the Mathura fair. How softly the heifers were lowing. I wanted to cry. Who will buy these curds that are white as the clouds in the sky when the breezes of Shravan are blowing? But my heart was so full of your beauty, beloved. They laughed as I cried without knowing. Govinda, Govinda. Sarojini Naidu, in this poem, tells us about the milkmaid Radha's love for Lord Krishna. Radha the milkmaid carried curd to sell at the Mathura fair. She describes how softly the calf were lowing, how softly the heifers were lowing. Heifers are a young cow that has not produced a calf. I wanted to cry. She wanted to cry, who will buy her curds, which are as white as the clouds in the sky during the breezes of Shravan? But she could not cry this. And what her heart was crying? Govinda, Govinda. She forgot completely what she had come for. She had come to Mathura fair to sell the curd. And she wanted to tell the people that the curds were as white as the clouds in the sky. She compares the curds with the clouds in the sky. The whiteness of the curd is as white as the cloud. The whiteness of the curd is as white as the clouds. And she also tells them that the time that it is during the breezes of Shravan, who wants to buy the curds? But she forgets everything. She is immersed totally in Lord Krishna. But my heart was full of your beauty, beloved. They laughed as I cried without knowing. Govinda, Govinda. Who laughed? The people laughed. The people around her, to whom she was going to sell the curd, started laughing because instead of selling the curd, instead of saying, who will buy the curds, she started saying, Govinda, Govinda. So, Radha, here Sarojini wants to say that Radha is so much deep in Lord Krishna's love. She was so immersed in the worship of her Lord that she cries Govinda several times. Next stanza. Govinda, Govinda. How softly the river was flowing. I carried my pots to the Mathura tide. How gaily the rowers were rowing. My comrades called, ho, let us dance, let us sing, and wear saffron garments to welcome the spring, and pluck the new buds that are blowing. But my heart was so full of your music, beloved. They mocked when I cried without knowing. Govinda, 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 Govinda. The poet describes the boatsmen to be in a very happy and joyous mood and call out to their companions to come and join them in their celebration by singing and dancing along them. See how softly the river was flowing. I carried my pots to the Mathura tide. How gaily the rowers were rowing. Rowers mean sailors. So she is near the riverside and she is going to cross the river. She is in Mathura. How gaily the rowers were rowing. Rowers mean sailors were rowing their boats. The atmosphere is of merrymaking. They are all happy. Gaily shows happiness. My comrade said, comrade means my friend said, oh, let us dance, let us sing. So they all wanted to dance and sing and enjoy the celebration and wear saffron garments to welcome the spring. The spring has come now. and they are all wearing the saffron garments. To celebrate the advent of spring, they are wearing saffron colored clothes. Saffron means keshar. And pluck the new buds that are blowing. So it is during the spring season that all flowers are going to bloom. But my heart was so full of your music, beloved. They mocked when I cried without knowing. But she only remembered Lord Govinda, Lord Krishna, and she only chanted Govinda, Govinda. They mocked. Mocked means they made fun of her while she was crying Govinda, Govinda. Here, the repetition of the words Govinda, Govinda is very important. It shows how much she loves her Lord and how she thinks only about Lord Govinda. Third stanza. How gaily the river was flowing. Again, gaily. Gaily means happily. I carried my gifts to the Mathura shrine. How brightly the torches were glowing. That means everywhere there was light. I folded my hands at the altars to pray. So she went into the shrine, she went into the temple to pray. Oh, shining ones, guard us by night and by day. Shining ones here means the gods who are shining. They protect us by day and by night. And loudly the conch shells were blowing. And when she entered the temple, the conch shells were blowing. Conch means shankh. Shankh ki आवाज हो रही थी. But my heart was so lost in your worship, beloved. They were wroth when I cried without knowing. And she was so much and deeply involved in Lord Krishna that when she cried Govinda, Govinda in the temple, and when all of them were praying, the people around her were in anger. How brightly the river was flowing. So here, her heart is lost to the vision of her beloved Lord, and she calls out his name involuntarily. Others become angry, but the river Yamuna flows on while her water dazzles in the light of the torches. Thank you by Sarojini Naidu.